Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So I've got the battle that some of you guys wanted to see. The 11 Pro Max versus the Note 10 Plus. And we're going to put these against each other in some areas. I'm going to compare the screen, build quality, cameras, battery, speakers, software, and price, in my opinion. This is all subjective, and you like what you like, and I like what I like. And we'll run through this. I'm going to try to keep this under 15 minutes if I can. But sometimes this can get a little lengthy, and I bumpy cam. I'm going to try to make it as easy on myself as possible. So let's jump right in here to screen. And I got a video, one of my videos loaded up here. I decided to not do an HDR content video because the iPhone, for some reason, it has that peak brightness of the 1200 nits or whatever and certain content. But someone was pointing out, well, Jay, that's not fair. The iPhone only kicks in Netflix and things like that. So I just grabbed one of my own videos and I'm going to play it right now, and we'll get it loaded up and we can see how it looks. So let's put it out big here. So, right off the bat, the resolution for the iPhone is 1242 by 2688, giving you 458 pixels per inch. And then the Galaxy is 1440 by 3040. And the Galaxy device is HDR certified, but this is just a regular 4K video. This is my video that I shot. So this is how they look. Now, let me tell you something. The brightness on the iPhone is up kind of high to almost match the Galaxy Note. The Galaxy Note isn't turned up very high. It's at about 40%, and the iPhone is at about 70%. So let's brighten them all the way up here. Oh, the iPhone is way up, actually. All right. Now it's at full brightness, and it's now matching the Galaxy Note device. But let's put the Galaxy Note way up, and the Galaxy Note obviously has the enhancements. Whew, that is bright. Wow, that is freaking beautiful. I mean, let's just be clear here. The Galaxy Note wins the screen battle for sure, and that's something that I saw coming a mile away. But the Galaxy Note, you don't have to crank it up very high. It's on auto now. It's picking up because of the lights, but you don't have to turn the brightness up very far for it to look beautiful. So screens, as I jump right in there, screens, the screen quality on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus is better, and I like the bigger screen, the 6.8-inch full screen display. People laugh at the little cutout in the top up there, but I personally think it's a much better look than this dated design that Apple is sticking tried and true with. It works. There's some pluses to having a design like this, because the tempered glass that I'm wearing on here is from iPhone XS Max from like last year. So there's some pluses to them not changing the design, but screen, folks, that goes to the Galaxy Note, hands down. All right, so build quality. These could not be built any different. You got a big boxy square design over here, and then you've got this rounded design on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. I'm just gonna have to start saying iPhone and Note because this is just way too much. So obviously I have my skin on here. Shout out to Pflugerville for the carbon fiber. This is a forged carbon design skin. This is absolutely beautiful. You should see that on this phone soon. I got some stuff coming in, but the overall design without the skin, I like the look of the Galaxy Note. This is my white one. We also have the black one. I like this, but in actuality, this is a big boxy phone. And while the screen is better and more full, I do like the feel of the iPhone in hand. I think obviously it feels a heck of a lot better in the hand. It's got a big screen, even though it's not as big as the Note. It still feels better. I mean, this is just my opinion. It's smaller, so it's going to feel a little bit better, and it's not sharp on the corners, digging into the palm of my hand. You've got a rounded tip on side on the corner of the iPhone, and a square pointy on the Note. So feel in hand definitely goes to the iPhone. Overall build quality, The iPhone is heavier, and so that gives it this substantial feel of quote unquote premium. But this phone is bigger and it doesn't weigh as much. So this is a tough one, but you know, personal preference. I do like the color of the iPhone better, but I'll be covering that up with this skin. So overall, I give the build quality to the iPhone. It's better. It feels. It doesn't feel more premium. It's just the overall everything to do with it feels better. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. The iPhone weighs more. It's got a lot more heft than the Galaxy Note. The Galaxy Note is pointy in the hand. Personal preference. You choose what you like. But if I had to hold on to this design for 2 years, it's definitely going to be this design. If this were the Galaxy Note, I would be saying that this was the winner in build quality and size and everything. So cameras is what you want to see next. So I'll drop these to the table and let's go look at cameras. All right, first up is the Challenger, the iPhone. Now at 60 frames per second, you are not allowed to switch between modes, I believe, on either one of these phones. So I'm switching them both to 4K at 30. And we'll see how this works out. Check out the skyline. Check out how the phone is doing. Again, this is the iPhone. And we're gonna switch modes to wide angle right here. As you can see, you know I'm gonna say it, it's super windy out here, folks. It's always windy. Let's go telephoto, then back to regular. Now let's pan up and do a wide angle. And there is the footage. Absolutely stunning. I like the iPhone's camera footage, man. I mean, this is solid footage right here. Check out. A good way to test is to look at how it produces the greens. And this is where a lot of phones fall apart. Now let's take a look at the iPhone, or excuse me, at the Galaxy. All right, here's the Galaxy. One thing I did with the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, I turned off HDR. It really saturates, and so this is a better representation of what it could be. Auto HDR, what the phone does is it kicks it up all the way up, man. It turns the saturation up way too high. So we'll go telephoto real quick, and then we'll go wide angle. And even at this setting, it's saturating more than it needs to. It's really overcompensating. However, I like that though. I like that. If you're a Galaxy fan and you like that punchiness, I mean, I like it for real, for real. Even though it's not as realistic, true to life colors, I like it, man. How's this phone doing with the wind? Because folks, the wind is really blowing out here. I know you probably can't really tell, but it is really windy out here. Which phone is canceling out the noise better? All right, so here's the Galaxy Note front camera outside. And we'll do an inside shot too, just to get some sense of what it'll be like indoors. But look, I want you to focus on the wall right there and the grass. And tell me what you think about that. Now this is where I like the Galaxy Note better. In certain situations, like outside, you look at how, the iPhone, I'm sorry. The iPhone doesn't overexpose that wall, and it doesn't overexpose the wall, and it handles the grass very, very well. So check out how the iPhone is producing that front footage right there. Yeah, I mean, the iPhone is bringing it, man. The Galaxy Note overexposes that wall right there, and then it also pushes up the grass. So check that out. Now here's the iPhone in the setting just indoors with the front camera. And again, the iPhone has the advantage because it can shoot in 4K at 60 frames per second. That doesn't mean that it's so much better, but this looks really natural. You know what I'm saying? Looks good to me. Now that same scenario, look at how the Galaxy Note is handling this footage. Now the difference is the Galaxy Note can do autofocus lock. But with the iPhone, I don't really have to do any of that. You know, the Galaxy Note front camera just is lacking just a little bit. now on the Note. Okay. That is actually really tough to call. That's a tough one. The iPhone for sure has more tone, more bass, if you will. But the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, I don't know, this is a tough one. I like the highs on the Note. It has bass too, but not as much as the iPhone. I'm going to call that a tie, man. That's too hard to tell. I'll have to do another comparison later. That is a tough one. I mean, for real. So, battery life. iPhone wins. In the history of any iPhone, this is by far, and remember now, the Galaxy Note gets easily 7.5 to 8, but the iPhone for sure is pulling in more than that. Again, I don't like the way Apple's system is. I haven't charged this since yesterday, and you see the screen on time, and I haven't charged it since yesterday, and I got 51% left, but I'm at 5 hours almost of screen on time. So it's weird how their system is, but I believe that to be true. Someone tell me if that's inaccurate or you think it's accurate or whatever, but I believe that to be true. Because again, I got 51% left, and if that is true, that automatically wipes out the Galaxy Note for having, fantastic battery life. When comparing these two, 8 hours of screen on time is nothing to shake a leg at. I average about 7 to 7.5, but I can get over 8 on this, and I've posted it online. So yeah, this can do 8, but it's pushing it in my usage. But this can seriously do 8. I mean, this thing flows. And I was looking for a battery case. I like to buy different things for the channel just because you might be thinking about it. Man, I wonder if I need a battery case. I buy a whole bunch of little stuff like that, little knickknacks and things to try out, just to bring you content. But reality is, this phone doesn't need a battery case. Not at all. It does not need a battery case. For real. So, battery, the iPhone is the winner. Now, software. This is not real multitasking software, in my opinion. The iPad has the software which I would consider good for multitasking. This, on the other hand, does not have the best multitasking system. In my opinion, I don't even really consider it multitasking because you can't do picture-in-picture, you can't do split screen. Those two right there alone just makes Android better for that reason. But the Note, people say they don't pull this out. I use it a lot, folks. I mean, I use this for when I'm sharing something. This is the best. Smart Select and Screen Write are top notch, and that's just a few of the things you can do. An artist would probably have fun with this, but those are the top two that I do pretty much in order here. Where if I take away this view all notes, create a note, Smart Select, and Screen Write, very, very nice. That's just in the S Pen suite. And then a lot of people, why am I trying to put it in the charging port? A lot of people, forget about all the other little knickknacks that can be done with the Galaxy Note. You've got the screen recorder. It's nice. They both have a screen recorder, but something about the Galaxy Note, man, just this big, large canvas, also for editing. So you've got iMovie versus Power Director, and Power Director is way more advanced than iMovie. And to be fair, there are things you can buy on the Apple's ecosystem, and also the Galaxy Note doesn't even have a really good native video editing app. So Software for video editing, yeah, the iPhone takes it because it's all free within the product, but you pay a hefty price for that freedom. With the Galaxy Note, you pay a hefty price, but you get those bonuses like half off, free earbuds, free watch, things like that make it feel a little bit better on the pockets. But software-wise, this phone appears to be packed a little bit better. I mean, you've got to be able to start up a video. Like I could start this video, just turn it down, hit the home button, it goes down here. And then I can go into something else. Well, let's just go into Twitter. You see what I'm saying? So you've got split screen. You've just got a bunch of things going on with Android software that Apple just is not there yet. And that's just a personal preference. Now, what are the advantages to Apple? Those two little, that green icon down there and that green icon in the top left. Beast mode. The uniformity that Apple has, you would need to go to say a Pixel or something like that in order to get that uniformity, because Samsung doesn't really offer it. You know, you can do things, it's just not as intuitive and it's just not as easy. You know what I'm saying? So Apple wins in with their rights, but some would argue that, hey Jay, having all those features is not good. And I don't disagree, you know, because a lot of the stuff people don't even use. So, you know, it's a personal choice on what you like better. I'm just telling you that for straight up functionality, and I was going to run a business, I could easily do it with the Galaxy Note. For especially, I wonder if you guys think it's a joke when people say, oh, I signed a PDF document. You can do it with your finger or whatever, but no pen support on this iPhone is still pretty bad at this point in the game if you're really trying to compete with the big dogs. So the Galaxy Note to me wins in software. It is just feature packed. Now, price. The iPhone loses the price battle hands down. It just loses, man. It loses. There's no getting around it. It can't compete. They don't offer any incentives to buying an iPhone. None. So with that, the Galaxy Note wins right off the jump, man, because I got this phone for half off and I traded in. Now, a lot of people say the iPhones hold better resale value. You're absolutely right, because I traded in an old iPhone 10 and got $600 off and got my Galaxy Notes, both of my Galaxies, for half off. So $600 for 512 gigs of storage with an SD card. 512 gigs of storage, no SD card, $1,500. Over here, $1,199, $1,200. So that's if I didn't have any kind of credits or anything, but I do. We can't avoid that. I think at this point in the game, a lot of us asked for the fast charger in the box. OnePlus OnePlus, shout out to OnePlus. The plus to getting the the plus to getting the Pro is you get a cable that Apple sells at a ridiculous price. You get that Type-C to Lightning. And you need that when you're plugging into your Mac and other Apple stuff. You see what I'm saying? You can now plug into other devices with Type-C, and you should be okay. But the flip side of that is the fast charger that has been coming in this box since day one is Samsung's winning. You know what I'm saying? Samsung makes it very appealing to buy from them. And you know what? More power to them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Who cares about the resale value on Android phones if you're already getting them at a low cost? So are you really losing? Nah, because you can parse stuff out. I can sell my Galaxy Buds. I can sell the watches. You can do all of that stuff. And they have some really good promos, man. But the trade-in value this year, Samsung won that battle straight up. Apple never offers a trade-in. I don't think, or a good trade-in value, and they don't ever offer any free bonuses. So who's really winning? They may have their good resale value. I'll give them that. But Samsung makes the customers feel really, really good when they take in all these devices and give you a whole bunch of stuff on top of that. So in the end, who wins the battle? Well, it goes like this. Screen, Galaxy wins that all the way. Build quality and size, I give that to the iPhone. Cameras, I nudge that out to the iPhone. Man, these iPhone cameras are great. I mean, they are really good, and I got to give respect where respect is due. Being able to record in 4K at 60 on the front and the rear. They both have the telephoto and all these other things. But, you know, having to make adjustments to use them, here's where Apple fails with that. we still don't have quick access to the settings in the camera. We have to go into the actual settings to adjust the settings. That is the dumbest thing ever. And with Samsung, with Android, you just go right from the camera. But I do give the edge to the iPhone with the cameras. I'm not going to front. I'm going to need the Pixel. Google Team Pixel where you at. Stand up in these comments if you're watching. I'm going to need the Pixel to come through for us. And that's saying a lot because I've been using the Galaxy for the last month, almost a little over a month, to record the videos on the channel. You see what I'm saying? So now I can easily use the iPhone and get even better quality. You know, and that doesn't say that the Galaxy is bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I like the iPhone a little bit better. And if you were paying attention, I like the iPhone better than the G8's cameras. Did you catch that? Even though the G8 in the other video has the more pro type cameras, the quality, I can just hit record. I don't have to do anything. So, software or speakers, that was a toss-up for me. Battery definitely goes to the iPhone. Again, speakers, toss-up, battery, iPhone for sure. Software, it's about what you like. They both have their pros and their cons, but the Galaxy Note definitely is a feature-packed software. Samsung has feature-packed software that you can, even if you're not going to use it, you have it there. And you can definitely run your shop from this. Because I actually run my website. Now I could be on the go. I mean, I know I have a Pixel, Slate, and all these other things, and I have my Mac and everything. But if I'm on the go, I feel comfortable just leaving the house with the Galaxy Note. You know what I'm saying? Because I could do anything with this thing that I could do on the computer. So software on this channel, I give it to the Galaxy Note. Even though the iPhone has all those intuitive features and it blends well, that's if you're in the Apple ecosystem. All right. Price, Galaxy Note. You know, overall winner, the Galaxy. Hashtag the Galaxy in the comments because that is the winner of this battle. There's a lot to like about the iPhone, but in the end, I mean, somebody has to be a winner. And on this channel, I don't even go too far into detail about a lot of stuff. They both have wireless charging. They both have an IP rating, you know, things like that. They both are really, really solid phones. The iPhone does win in an area, folks, where a lot of people don't really mention. Yeah, a flat screen. Because I can put this tempered glass on here and not really worry about it. But on the Galaxy, man, I got to worry about, you know, that curve. And I'm not really a fan of the curve these days. Anyway, winner is the Galaxy. So hashtag the Galaxy if you made it to the end of this video. And I appreciate you guys doing your thing, hanging out with your man Jay. Both solid phones, but you know there can only be one. Take care.